as Detroit with a 6-3 win. This is the second of 4 meetings. Matias Maccelli gave it away. Here's Kane, turned out by Stolars.
That's Maccelli there. This is a big gap early on. Craig Berube said the biggest thing that his team did was give the puck to Detroit. They created their own problems. How about this one? Patrick Kane, hunt for 500, picks this thing off. He does that. Waits in the weeds as good as anyone. What a save from Stolars.
Past the stick of Stolars. Sherrock got to it. Here comes Austin Matthews. 3-on-2 to the outside for Cowan. Back for Matthews off the pad of Talbot. And the Leafs will get it out. Johansson off the boards. Nygaard gave it away. Tavares with a shot, and Talbot took away the angle.
The only thing that really matters, the right, the wrong, how's your team respond? A great response to the Detroit Red Wings. Buttons well pushed by McCullough.
And again, as we reinforced earlier, Detroit fell behind Saturday night and had a fight to get back in the game. Stolars was exceptional in the first period at Little Caesars Arena. Nylander sneaks in, he settles the puck. Maccelli, and it won't go. Sandin Pellikka, the young defenseman, got in the way. 44 in the white sweater. Now Kane on the off wing. Drops it off. A heavy shot by DeBrincat. And Stolars got a piece of it. Pellikka knocked it down there along the boards, and it's skated out by Nick Waugh. Waugh to the outside. Kelly Yarn broke a shot. Stopped by Talbot. The rebound. Waugh in front. Joshua paddled down again for Talbot. Sandin Pellikka out to center. Then he took a hit. Here come the Leafs. Nice on cue. With a shot snared by Cam Talbot. Larson for Matthews, sealed off without rebound by Cam Talbot. 9:38 left to go in the opening period.
When Nylander's up with this line, it changes the complexity of everything. But watch Matthews get away right there. It's supposed to be center on center. Comper's got to follow him. He just loses track of really subtle but great pick by Matthews to create quality chances.
Ekman Larson from well out, a clean look for Talbot. No further play.
Well, they're going to keep firing at this, Forsey. You design plays. It was that second period in particular that gave them fits, but it was plays like this that really got them into trouble. There you go.
Joshua springs Nick Waugh on the off wing. His shot. And it got the outside of the goalpost
line. So let's talk about the new guys here. Watch the Dakota Joshua from behind. We talked about young Sandin Pellikka, but here comes Nicholas Waugh. Look, he's got a hot hand right now. I love not deferring in situations like that. Everything seems to close in, but what nifty work from Joshua, knowing where his outs are.
Maybe Talbot a piece of it. Now it's loose. Waugh knocks it down. Deals it back for Riley. Morgan Riley, a screen shot kicked out by Talbot. Finney for Detroit. In terms of a 5-on-3 with a clean win for Dylan Larkin on this face-off against Nick Waugh. They get it. Sider walks it, drifts it low. DeBrincat, now Sider, calling for it up top. Raymond, and the DeBrincat shot stopped by Stolars. He'll fish for it. And still fought for it. Larkin digs it out. He scores! Dylan Larkin out of the pile finds the prize. And the Red Wings get the power play goal and break the ice.
Just an excellent job at hunting this down. Obviously, the face-off is everything. Once the Wings win that, they go to work. And we talked about the one-timer. Watch this open up. You got DeBrincat on the side, but it's continuing to find it. And how about Dylan Larkin in front? I mean, is it a skate? Is it stick? He's got Chris Tanev, a great penalty killer right in front of him. But his ability to find this thing, the awareness to know where the top shelf is, understand where the goalie is, falling away. Beautiful goal from 71. What a player.
Battle won by Van Riemsdyk. Mason Appleton turns, takes it high. A great play in the back door. A chance. Stolars says no. Bernard Docker.
Doesn't happen as that play goes on. That's Bernard Docker, but it's all the read from Stolars.
Robertson is away with Bobby McMahon. He'll take it to the house. The chance follow-up is stopped by Talbot. Simon Benoit, the trailer. Finney now through center. We'll keep an eye on that break. Here's Matthews. Matthews out in front. Kicked down with a purpose. Ekman Larson denied by Talbot.
Off to beat him. Can he do it off the rush? Watch this. Takes everything off at far pad, and that eventually goes to
with Kane is running made, and now it's broken up. Short-handed Matthews with nines for the front. Austin Matthews delay shoots one. A penalty upcoming.
Continue to pour it on here. Here's Robertson.
Here he is. Nick Robertson pulls up. Out in front. Oh, mercy. What a stop by Talbot. with Bobby McMahon on the doorstep.
It creates, watch this, all the way out of the zone. Leafs doing a really good job being patient. And that's what you call pushing the pace. Dragging that weak side D over. It creates a chance like that. I mean, for Talbot, this thing's picked out of the air. Watch Kane on the backtrack. I don't even know if that thing had a chance to hit the ice before.
Off the face-off, Detroit, right up the gut. Van Riemsdyk has some room. He walks in. He scores! That's hockey, baby. What a goal as James Van Riemsdyk goes to the roof. The former Maple Leaf. And Detroit has a 2-0 lead.
Caught in a bad spot here, but as this thing goes up, I mean, it's a one draw. But watch this from Riemsdyk. He's holding Riley up, showing backhand, showing backhand. That's enough to just get Riley to stay in the middle because he wants to make sure this thing doesn't go backwards. Watch this. Riley backs off. Hey, James Van Riemsdyk, he's been doing this for a long time. He's done it in this building many, many times. It just, for a guy that might know, maybe now we're going to see a touch more of that urgency I talked about, Forsey. Yeah, I understand. You're playing a pretty good hockey game. The chances are there. Something's got to pick up just a touch. Is it now?
Cowan, a great pass for Matthews. Stopped twice! And Talbot, his best.
That was Cowan in the middle. Watch this, a little backhand saucer pass. And it's not the first save, it's the second with that thing laying right there. Talbot is so dialed in. Cam Talbot, that is. It's just remarkable, but when you're on your game, you understand where the first one's going, but you understand where that rebound's going to be laying as well. Great reaction.
Thwarted by Comfer. Bobby McMahon back on it. At the point, McCabe will send it in. Matthews will see it now, move it slightly. Comfer for Detroit in a tough area. McMahon now goes to work. He'll kick it to his stick. Bobby McMahon out in front. And they score! Matthew Knives with the tap in. Set up beautifully by Bobby McMahon. And Toronto's on the board.
The hunt to maintain possession. McMahon came off the bench. I mean, he was the only fresh guy here, but pulling pucks off the wall, one of the most difficult things to do. You see the Leafs continue to keep it alive. That's McMahon going low. A breakdown happens, and how about that for Matthew Knives? Kids, you just put your stick on the ice. Sometimes you don't even get a hold of it, but just labeled perfectly from McMahon. And watch his work on the wall right here. When you got two bodies in one area, especially a defenseman down the wall, that's when alarm bells go off. Duplication on one, and you got Nyes standing all alone.
Nyes is first of the season. A shot taken that time from the flank. St. Louis and Vancouver out west later on tonight, 7:30 Eastern start. Now, along the boards, it's cut off by Nyes. Nyes will take it deeper out of the corner. Sandin Pelican, Henry Krug scores! Henry Krug was in the right place at the right time, and this game is tied.
But watch this stick from Austin Matthews. Sandin Pelican coming out the zone, just a little subtle tap. That's enough for the young defenseman not to get the puck out. And sometimes that creates nothing. Other times it ends up in the back of the net. I talked about off the walls, where the Leafs going to generate their offense. Off the walls, and what a pass by Matthew Knies as he takes contact down to one knee. How does he see him there? Through JT Compher in the middle, and what a finish, and a healthy Kelly Yarncroke. What's that?
Who's taken over this third period. Larkin is away. Dylan Larkin turns on the Jets. Springs them in. It's Appleton. What a save by Stolarz!
A little bit sloppy as the Leafs come into the zone, and this rim, watch Larkin. He understands there's tired bodies on the ice, and it's Appleton just completely flying up. A beautiful backhand saucer.
Way for Larkin to take it off the wall and give some space to the middle of the ice there.
Red Wings until then went about 12 minutes without a shot on goal. Feeney cycles out. Sherratt blocked by Matthews. The rebound, they score! Mason Appleton! Right on the spot.
To Matthews, and then off his stick. Watch this. He's in the right spot. You're taught to front the puck. Just be in that lane. And it goes off his skate, off his stick, and then it's in the back of the net. And you got Stolarz. I mean, he's probably reacting to that first one. You see he's not set there. And for Appleton, who was just shut down on the shift before, finds that one, and timeout time for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He got 44 to tie this thing up.
It's seen now by Matthews. 2 seconds left out in front. Fanned on by Tavares. That's all. And Detroit in front of Cam Talbot. They get it done.